What's going on, everybody? My name is Derek. Welcome to my channel. It is August 18th, 2021. And once again, I have the pleasure to have my good buddy here, Mando, join us today. What's up, Mando?
Hello, everyone. So it is August 18th, but this video will probably go live on the 19th. So there's
Good
that. So
call.
if you're watching this, don't think you're late.
So when me and Mondo do a video together, there is some level of editing needed to be done so we can mix the videos together and have good audio and everything. And of course,
Yeah. Otherwise, everything would just be bad. But we don't want to do that. So there's some
and
level of putting things together.
that's right. And my man Mondo does that for us. So we appreciate that. So if you have not met Mondo yet, you can go to video number 5. And that's the first video we did with Mondo, where you can get to know him a little better and get some context on who he is. And the last video I released, number 7, was about the COVID crisis in Mississippi. So I wanted to lighten the mood today, Mondo. I brought you in so we can have some fun. And I feel like I want to play a game with you today. How about that?
Sure. Sounds like fun. What kind of game is it?
It is called Would You Rather, right? So I thought this would be a neat thing to do to, strike up conversations. And then I'm sure anyone watching, listening can kind of decide for themselves what they would rather do. So for a premise of what this is about, a Would You Rather game is, would you, let's pull up, I already lost it on my phone. Just random. Would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power? Something like that, where you have to choose one, Mondo. You have to choose one, and you have to give us a reason why. And I think this is going to be some good fun here. Me and Mondo didn't really prepare for this. We found like lists and blogs that have different examples to use. And I don't know. Mondo doesn't know what I'm going to say, and I don't know what he's going to say. But
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to say either. We're just jumping into it.
We're just going to try to have some fun in real time here.
We'll see what happens.
So
you
want to go first? Okay, I'll go first.
You go first.
Yep. I'll go first. All right, we're going to do this. Would you rather swim in a pool full of Nutella, which is hazelnut cream, for anyone that doesn't know, or a pool full of maple syrup? So what do you say, Mondo? Would you rather dive headfirst into basically chocolate cream or maple syrup?
I don't think I'd eat any of it. So I think all my reasoning would be what's easier to clean off, and I would say Nutella, right?
Yeah, if that's your reasoning,
yeah,
then
I don't have a strong flavor preference to either one.
Give me a 50-foot diving board, and I'll do the biggest cannonball in a pool of Nutella any day. Oh my god, I'll eat myself out of that pool. You never had Nutella?
I've never had it.
Oh god, you are deprived, my friend.
I'm not a fan of those kinds of sandwiches, I guess, or just I don't know. What do you put it on?
Peanut butter, Nutella and peanut butter, or Nutella and crackers, or it's just delicious.
Yeah, what is it? Hazelnut what?
Hazelnut cream. It's great on a saltine cracker, or peanut butter Nutella sandwich.
Is it like peanut butter? Or is it like chocolate?
It's both. It's a chocolatey tasted cream that you can spread like peanut butter.
Okay. I'll have to try it out.
Man,
since you love it so much.
What's funny about this game is I'm getting to know you better. I'm learning things about you, and the fact that you don't know what Nutella is, man.
I mean, I know what Nutella is, and I know how popular it is. I just never had it.
I command you to buy some next time you go to Walmart. Get some Nutella.
Next time I go, I'll buy some Nutella, and I'll show her on camera. I guess maybe like a first impressions of Nutella.
So as a recap, Mondo is thinking, what's going to be easier to clean? Definitely Nutella, because maple syrup, forget about it. And I'm all about what I want to eat, and that's the Nutella, for sure.
Yeah, I can't. Even if it's something I enjoyed, I wouldn't. It just sugar. like I don't eat much of it. Like I don't like to. It's just like the smallest bit of like a dessert is just enough. And so I wouldn't jump into a pool of
Man,
anything, even if I enjoyed it so much.
how are we friends? All right, man. Go ahead. You can read one now.
Let's see. I got one written down here. So, would you rather have $1 million right now or have a superpower of your choice?
Man,
And the superpower cannot be money related.
I'm taking the $1 million.
Really?
Yeah. What kind of
But
superpower
what,
would be good? I mean,
I mean, you could use this superpower to like capitalize on it, right? Like if you could fly, you could charge a buttload for speedy delivery services.
I guess, yeah. If you're looking, you're looking macro like that, then yeah, I guess you can do all kinds of different things. But I don't know. I would rather.
You have no imagination, Derek. You have no imagination.
Man, I just want to clear my debt. What are you talking about? I would just love to be able to pay off my debt and then
Yeah,
bank the rest and retire later in life. What
yeah.
superpower would you like? Let's do that. Like I would love to fly.
Yeah, as a kid,
Flying would be cool.
flying was a big one for me. Like that's the one I've always like dreamed of and
Yeah.
everything. If it's not flight, probably like teleportation or something,
Hmm.
or stopping time or something like that. But
Yeah.
it's really flight was like always the biggest one. And I think a lot of people have flight as the biggest superpower
Yeah. It'd be
for them.
cool.
Yeah.
Unless I'm kind of afraid of heights a little bit, so that might be weird. But
I mean I am too. There's I've had opportunities to go on like helicopters and all that. But I don't. I refuse it because it's something about like trusting other things when you're
hmm
up in the air. But once, if you had the power of flight, it's like the trust is on yourself now, and I feel like you'd have some sort of confidence that okay, you
yeah,
can fly. So I feel like maybe the fear of heights would go away once you could fly.
yeah.
I don't know. It's not
It'd
like you
be
can.
fun though. It'd be cool.
Yeah,
It'd be cool. Well, all right, man. I'm gonna put you on the spot with this one.
yeah, sure.
Would you rather work an overtime shift with your annoying boss or spend a full day with your mother-in-law?
My mother-in-law is thankfully very, very nice, so I'll take that. Wait,
What you
when you
did?
say annoying boss, are you referring to yourself or like
Well,
an annoying boss, like any?
I mean, I thought it would be funny because I guess I'm your boss, but I was hoping you'd
Dude,
say that I
you are the
wasn't
coolest
annoying.
boss ever, man.
I don't know, and I don't know your mother-in-law, and there's an ongoing joke about
Yeah,
in-laws in
mother-in-law's. I
general.
know.
In general,
I made that joke to her too before. It's like, I don't think we're supposed to like each other based off stereotypes. She's a really cool person.
that's
But
cool.
you're also like the coolest freaking boss ever. So when you said annoying boss, I just pictured someone else. I pictured someone totally else, not
A
you at
total.
all.
How about as we learned in the last video we did with you, you worked at Olive Garden, correct?
Yeah, the
Well,
managers there were, um, I mean, they were okay. They had to do what they had to do. They weren't
mhm,
terrible. It was just the whole environment. Don't give me
I
PTSD, man. I don't want to talk about Olive Garden.
I know all
you,
about
you
it,
know, I
man.
can't go back there.
You can't go
I
back
can't
there.
go. No, I like emotionally, it's weird. Like
Oh,
I like
like
I can't.
that specific store, or just Olive Garden across the country? Like
Um,
zero, no franchise for you anymore.
I mean, mostly that store, but also all of other Olive Gardens. For some reason, like I just walk in, I hear the radio being played. I know the music they play on. I know the whole system. I just can't. And it's like
Uh,
I just know, like I get nervous. I'm like, "Ah, I'm going in for a shift again, even though I'm not actually
uh,
working there. It's been years since I worked there, so I
man.
just can't walk in there. My wife loves the soup and salad, and just or the like angel hair and create your own
Hmm.
pasta, but
Yeah, it's
I just
okay.
can't.
It's a good place to go to get a lot of food, and I've never left Olive Garden still hungry. With all the
Oh
bread
yeah,
and
yeah,
salad
yeah.
and everything. But the
Y-
food is okay. It is what it is. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
go to
okay.
Olive Garden a lot. I don't go there a lot,
Yeah,
but
no. There's some good things, but there that's uh, it's okay. Going back on the topic of old jobs, my question to you is: would you rather quarantine yourself for a year or be freelancing as a bass player again for 10 years?
Oh man, am I making a good living
No, you're still
as a bass
struggling
player?
as a freelancer would.
Well, I know what 20 years of that was like. But if I'm making a living doing that as opposed to being quarantined for a year, oh my god, put me back on the
But I
road.
mean,
You
like,
know,
let's say when you're quarantined, all your needs are met, right? You don't, maybe you could kick it back, relax a bit
do,
more, but
do I
you're
still have to work? Do I still have to run my business?
let's say you're working less, but you still have to do
Uh,
something.
Man, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. As introverted as I am, and I can definitely shelter in place in an unhealthy way at times, we'll say. A year of that, oh my god. I'd wake
So
up one
10
day and
10 years of being a bass player, what
yeah.
is that
At le-
liberating still?
oh, because at least I'm like outside and hanging out with friends and at least being around other humans.
Yeah.
If I was in quarantine for a year, I'd probably shower once a week. It'd be awful. It'd be
Oh.
gross, never
What do
shave.
you do now? What do you do? Like, I know you run your business, but like, what do you do since all your team members are remote and everything?
Well, I luckily I have an awesome now teenage daughter. That's right. Anyone watching, most people know who Skylar is. She just turned 13 this weekend. Happy birthday, Skylar! August 14th.
Oh,
Uh,
happy birthday.
and I have her full time, so it's like she keeps me busy. I always have to leave to get her from school. I take her to the school in the morning. She keeps me busy. So between work and her, yeah, I got no life. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have a life. So
Here we are on a remote call making a video. That's fun
so
though.
all right. So I got a good one here that ties in
Sure.
with being quarantined and not bathing. Would you rather always have BO and not know it, or always smell BO on everyone else?
Oh man.
I
I
I
wouldn't know.
certainly don't want I don't want to smell BO all day. So I definitely don't want that, but I would hate to stink in front of my around my friends. And then there's that uncomfortable situation where a friend doesn't want to be like, dude, you stink. Like, wash your ass. Like you don't want to put your friends in that position either. But I certainly don't want to smell BO all day. That's gross.
I have a story to tell before I answer that question. Um, in high school, I guess me and my best friend at the time, we were super self conscious about the way we smelled and just like like a teenager would, just like
Uh-huh.
the way they looked and dressed and smelled and everything. And so our relationship was comfortable enough to where he would ask me to smell him, and vice versa. I would ask him to smell me just to double check that we're not smelling bad, because you can't smell yourself unless it's really, really bad. And so every day he's like, Mondo, smell me. Do I smell bad? And so I just lean in closer and closer. No, you're good, man. You're good.
You're good. You're
It's
good.
just the same thing.
You
He
you
comes in and
passed the,
leans towards me.
he
Yeah,
he
we pass
passed
and
he passed the whiff check. but
the
but
whiff
that's
check. Yeah.
that's a good friend. Like, you're gonna tell a
Yeah.
friend when that your friend has a booger hanging from his or her nose, or there's a giant piece of spinach stuck in their teeth, and they have one green tooth because of food. Like, you always want to be like, dude, take care. You got a hanger there in the right nostril.
Yeah.
Why don't
Yeah.
you go take
And,
care of that?
that's a good friend right there.
Yeah.
And I would sweat a lot. And, like, I always sweat a lot. And so bad odor has always been a self-conscious issue. And so I think for that question, going back to the question, would I s- have bad odor and not realize it, or smell bad odor on everybody else? I think I'd rather smell bad odor on everyone else.
Man, man, I don't know.
You don't know? We differ on that one.
Well, look, but you know what? I don't go out much. So I'm around people less than the normal person, I guess. So it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, me too. Now that I'm married and everything, I'm a lot less self-conscious. I have my kids. Um, for those who have been following, my second child is still not born yet, but almost. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I think I care less about it, but I still would choose to smell bad odor on everybody else.
I think we can agree neither option is optimal. I think they're both awful.
Yeah,
All right, you
absolutely.
go ahead, man. You got one loaded, ready to go?
Oh, dude, no, I don't have one loaded.
Okay,
Um,
I got one.
yeah,
I got one.
all right, go. Ask for
Would you rather always be 10 minutes late or always 20 minutes early?
20 minutes early for sure.
Same here, dude. My
Yep.
anxiety is so triggered when I'm on time. Never mind late.
Yeah.
Like
My wife
on
is the
time
same.
is late. Yeah.
She will schedule us to be really early, and if we're late
Hmm.
for being early, then she'll get very upset.
Man,
So, yeah,
like
for sure, 100% being early.
if I know I'm nearing lateness and I'm at a red light, I take it personally. I feel like that red light is out to get me. Like my anxiety just goes out of control when I'm late. So when I fly, I'm that guy that get me to the terminal 3 hours, 2 hours before the plane is supposed to take off. I'd rather hang in the wall in the airport and roam around and eat $8 bag of potato chips than have to like stand through security knowing that I have like 20 minutes to spare. That would devastate me. I wouldn't be able to handle it. So I
Yeah.
just assume let's just go. Like let's get to the airport. Just get me
Yeah,
inside.
and there's so many things to do, but, like, now that you have your phone and everything, there's just I read books on my thing on my phone when I
Yeah.
wait, so there's entertainment is there's
Hmm.
no shortage of it.
Yeah, I
The
bring my
one thing
laptop. I bring my laptop and work. Why not?
Yeah. The one thing I would say that, I do am, like, sloppy when it comes to, like, being early is if I have to wake up early for something. School would be an example, where I would rather be early, but at the cost of waking up even earlier. And so with school, I'm, like, just on time, like, just on time. I'm not never early. I'm just
Hmm.
always on time for school, something like that. Because
I don't
when it
know.
comes to waking up early, I just can't do that.
There's no margin for error doing it that way. That's the way I look at it.
Gotcha.
There's no margin of error. I've got our school mornings dialed in. We leave the door at 6:50 exactly. We literally live next door to Scholars Middle School. At some point, she's gonna walk. I feel like it. Right now, she's like, I don't want to walk to school, and then eventually, it will be like, I don't want to be with Dad anymore. I want to walk with my friends. But but what takes long is the traffic.
Yeah.
The traffic's super backed up. So it's about a 15-minute situation round trip. But we have it dialed in so Skylar is walking in through the front doors at 7 o'clock. And then she gives her 5 to 10 minutes to get to her homeroom. And then first bell rings at 7:15. We got it dialed in, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, once you're on that routine, it's just like, okay, it's
Hmm.
7:02. Let's leave for the car. It's 7:03. Let's get out of the driveway. You just know all the time,
Oh
kind of
yeah.
timestamps of the trip.
Yep.
I have one last question because I think this we should wrap up.
Yeah.
So it's not a would you rather, but it's I guess a would you rather. If you were to give up a sense, one of your five senses, what would it be?
Ooh. Wow. It's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
I certainly want to see. I have to hear. Music's a big part of my life. Um, touching is good. Um, so it comes down. So it comes down to taste or smell, right? Um,
Really?
so I think I have to
For
say,
me, it would probably be touching.
like, you wouldn't want to be able to feel anything.
I mean, I don't know. Like if you can't feel pain, that's kind of cool.
Well,
Kind
there's
of.
that side of it, yeah. But then I can't feel like I want to pet a dog, man. Come on. You got to pet a dog. How can you know? I would say taste because uh, you know, my days of no more drinking and no more partying and none of that stuff, my one vice now is food. Has been, I'm from a foodie family, so I love food. But I eat emotionally for sure.
Yeah,
So
you bring up a good point. If
but
you can,
part of it
yeah,
is
go
the
ahead.
sensation of the taste and the flavor, and it's just like it's not a matter of being full or feeling like fueling my body. It's how much salt can I shove in my face because it tastes delicious, So maybe if I didn't have the sense of taste, I would lose weight.
Yeah, that's a
Probably,
question because you could eat healthier and just be like, okay, this tastes fine, whatever.
Yeah,
This plain chicken tastes fine. Now
yeah.
that's the question too: is would eating out of boredom increase or decrease if you can't taste anything?
Well, there's definitely the act of eating, just the act of it that I
Yeah.
enjoy. The hand into bag of popcorn and to mouth, that whole action. But
The way you've been like describing some of these things today is just
but but there's also that flavor though. Like you give me, especially if I'm Cheez-Its, for example. Oh my goodness. Give me a box of Cheez-Its in a football game. That box will never get put back in the cupboard. There'll be a freshly opened bag of a box of Cheez-Its, and it's going to be done by the fourth quarter. It just is. So you got the action of habit and just the motion and of eating, but they're so delicious too that
yeah. I
I
feel like
struggle.
I keep my sense of taste. When I had COVID like last year, and you can't taste anything. My favorite dish is Italian food, just like pasta. And when I had COVID, I couldn't taste it. It tasted like
Yeah.
rotten tomatoes to me, and I was
Ooh.
so upset that this my favorite meal just tasted so bad, and I was so disappointed for like the 2 weeks that I had that loss of taste. And so when
Mm.
I got my sense of taste back and I was able to enjoy it again, I was so happy that I got it back, and I took my taste for granted.
I never, when I had COVID in January, I did not lose my sense of smell or taste. That was not a side effect that I had.
That's interesting.
Um,
I followed
yeah,
the side effects like to the book by what it said online, by what
really.
most people experienced. I follow that.
I
It's
have a
really
I have
weird.
a I have a friend. Well, this friend, I want to keep people's privacy. This friend had COVID last year, and this friend still can't really taste a long time.
Damn.
She's, it's I couldn't imagine. I couldn't. I'm saying I couldn't imagine that after just saying I would give up my sense of taste. you know,
That's yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I have heard about that. That's man, I
yeah,
just COVID has lasting effects just from my experience, like on my body, lasting effects.
yeah. Well, look,
Yeah.
we talked about COVID
Oh yeah,
last video,
this is supposed to be a fun
so
video. I'm
this is
sorry.
fun.
I
Thanks,
ruined your
Mondo.
ending.
Thanks for being a downer, man. No, just kidding.
I'm
Well,
so
look,
sorry, man.
that was fun. I hope
Yep.
our audience thought that was fun. I hope you played along. I'd love to see your comments. And yeah, that was fun, Mondo. Thanks for
Yep.
playing along. And till next time, y'all take care. Thank you.